Pick a mentor. Pick someone you trust that's given you solid advice throughout the course. I see too many younger guys getting started asking too many different opinions. You're going to get 10 different opinions, 10 different answers. So try to eliminate that. Talk to 1 or 2, 3 guys that you really trust that have a good track record, and stick with certain amount of products. Try not to buy a lot of different products, because then you just get mixed up and confused. So those are 2 of the biggest things. Mentors first, and a consistent, good product line that you're happy with, and just stick with it.
One company or one product line?
Just a certain amount of products. It could be one product line. It could be just 2 or 3 that you really like and enjoy and are easy to use, and just stick with it. You really want to understand what a product can do and what it can't do, and everything in between. Once you start to understand that, you can really hone in your skills and the product, what it's able to do, and give you a much better result, faster, more efficient.
I've heard some people say that auto detailing found them. Someone who's elevated the skill to an art and a craft like you have. I guess, what does this world mean to you of perfecting cars? I mean, obviously it's more than just work for you. It seems like it's a calling. How would you describe what you do and why you do it?
Sure. I had it from a very young age, 4 years old. There's pictures of me actually rubbing my dad's car with a terry cloth towel on some compound. You either have it or you don't. I mean, there's some guys that picked it up along the way and enjoy it, but mainly it's a passion-driven type of thing, where it's either cars, you're either a car guy, or you're a detail guy, or you're both, or you're a car guy and a detail guy. There's some guys that like doing it for the money, and that's fine, but most of the guys in the industry that I've come across are very passionate detail car guys that just like shining cars and getting them as clean as possible. So
what I'm hoping to do with this YouTube channel and maybe even a podcast is really try to talk to people who've been in the industry for a while and help them kind of mentor young guys like me, and not just waste the advice on one person, but to kind of get it out there. So you said pick a mentor, pick a product line and a process. With all your years of experience, what else would you suggest to folks? I mean, you've forgotten more than most guys have ever
Practice. Get some junkyard hoods, stretch, see where your limits are, see where you need to grow, see where your strengths are and your weaknesses, and be okay with your weaknesses and be okay with your strengths, and just work through it, and just practice.
Not everybody has to be a quote-unquote wet sanding god.
No. Just as long as you understand the process, when to use it, when not to use it, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Take a scratch out, or just remove it, or just improve it, and know where that limit is. And the only way to do that is to go over the edge, test your skill set, and see where you're at.
I think there are a lot of guys who are good at the craft.
Yeah.
But talking with customers, interacting with customers is a whole different ballgame. Do you enjoy that? Is that something you've gotten better at? What is this for the customers, or is this for the car paint? I mean, where does it work for you when you're doing what you do?
Doing a car through the years, doing the hot rods, it's nothing to do with the cars. It's a relationship between the builders and the owners, and everybody in between. And that's where the true success is. And the skill set will come, and the communication will come, but it's all about communication. What is the customer expecting? What are they paying for, and what are they getting? There needs to be clear expectations so everybody's on the same page. That helps a lot. And if you do make a mistake, that relationship, that bond that you have with a customer, it's a lot less, it's more forgiving, shall we say, if we make a mistake.
You've made a couple mistakes in your life, I'm sure.
Too many, a lot.
And you're still here.
I'm still here and I'm still doing it. So I'm doing something right.
Do you think it's training that can make a detailer? Is training overhyped? What is your perspective on someone spending $1, $2, $3 going across the country and taking training somewhere? Is that something that they should do, or can they learn it at YouTube University these days?
It's a personal choice. You can do either or. It's nice to have someone that's been doing it and say, okay, this is what I see from my professional opinion, whatever that means. And that could help the learning curve out a lot. You can, curtail your learning curve by years by going to someone and saying, okay, where am I at? Where do I need to go? What should I do? So it's worth the money in that aspect, yeah.
Okay, a couple more questions. What's the biggest mistake you ever made on a car as far as your feeling about it, or overall monetary value, and then how did you make it right, or how did you kind of overcome it? Because you work on some high-end cars.
It was a friend of mine. He came up to Seattle, and it was a customer's car. It was a brand new Beamer, and I completely burnt through the quarter panel, and the car had to be repainted twice. It was about a $15,000 mistake. Now, the detailer was gracious enough, and we figured it out, but he could have blasted me on the internet, and been rightfully so, but yeah, he was kind enough to forgive me. It was a hard lesson, but it was a lesson.
Everyone is going to do some damage or make some mistakes as a detailer out there. What is your advice to folks to try to cover it up and move on, to be 100% honest with your customer? Because of course we all want to be honest and build those relationships. Yeah. When you make a mistake,
just
you
fess
own
up to it. Yeah.
Fess up to it
and bite the bullet. It's just and try to learn from it. And some customers are nicer than others, and they have a right to be mad, upset. Hopefully you can mend the relationship, but sometimes you can't, and be okay with it. Like, hey, fess up to it, know that you made a mistake, and if you see the customer again, you do. If you don't, that's okay too. So we all make mistakes, and just know that it's gonna happen. It's gonna get you.
Even with maintenance clients that I see their cars regularly, I still get a little nervous because I'm walking into a $100,000 car that I can't just assume is no big deal. Every time I want to respect that vehicle. You've seen everything. Whether it's professionally or personally, what still makes you nervous?
Sanding. Every time I touch a car with sandpaper, there's always a healthy fear. Yeah. People are like, what? You're the Sandman. You've done this a lot. Well, yeah, every time I touch something, there is a healthy respect and a fear that I have to just kind of go with. And once I start getting an idea where I'm at, then I can more aggressively approach it, or sometimes back off a little bit. So it just comes with experience.
That is fascinating to hear you say that.
Yeah.
You obviously have the company KXK Dynamics. If people want to learn more about that, they probably already know.
Yeah.
But what products are you working on? Where can they find them? And all that good stuff.
Facebook page and Instagram, KXK Dynamics, or my personal, Jason Killmer on Facebook, or Jason Killmer on Instagram.
And you got the sticks here. You want to show us real quick?
Yeah. So these are a hodgepodge of. These are the harder foam blocks. These are the softer foam blocks. Different sizes. And then, of course, the rid sticks that have been out for a while. Very popular, pretty successful so far with those. So we're happy with the company, and we have fun. So you got to have fun.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.